Welcome to this week's Cruise News Blast. We give you the week's cruise headlines to catch you up, and we give them fast so we don't waste your time, and it's all coming up. Okay, so let's get into the cruise news, and if you like cruise news, be sure you subscribe so you don't miss our other content. But I'm going to get into several headlines here today. The last one is the one that's not out there quite as much. It's a little bit more tragic too, so make sure you check that one out. But let's get into the news starting now. Number one, the Carnival Glory has been helping with Hurricane Ida relief. Following that hurricane that hit the Gulf Coast, Carnival Glory, they made an agreement with FEMA that they would provide housing for hospital staff, first responders, and things of that sort. So they've agreed to do that through September 18th, which is this coming Saturday. So way to go, Carnival. That's great stuff. And for those that are waiting to sell on the Carnival Glory, it will be returning to service on September 19th, so just this next week. Number two, the Disney Fantasy has returned to service. This past Saturday, the Disney Fantasy returned to service in Port Canaveral. This is the second ship from Disney Cruise Lines that has returned to service. The other one is the Disney Dream. For those that are not familiar with the Disney Fantasy, it holds 2,500 guests. It was built in 2012 and is currently the newest ship in the Disney Cruise Line fleet. They're starting off by doing these short 4-night sailings out of Port Canaveral going to the Bahamas. They're going to have 1 day at sea, and they'll also have 2 days at Castaway Cay. That is Disney's private island. Quick question for each of you. Kelly and I, we have never sailed on Disney Cruise Line. We had a cruise that we had to cancel this last week on the Carnival Magic. So we're thinking about, we have the opportunity to slot away for another cruise here in the next several weeks. We are thinking about this could be a chance to sail on Disney. What do you all think? Have you ever sailed with Disney before? What did you think about it? Comment below and let us know. Number three, Carnival Cruise Line has authorized at-home testing to meet their pre-cruise COVID testing requirements. Now, I've done several videos on this. I'll link those down in the description. There's other vloggers that have done some really great coverage on this as well. But the bottom line is, for those that are not aware, it's a chance to meet that negative COVID test requirements by purchasing an at-home test through a few companies. You then, when you go to take that test within the 2 days before your cruise, you connect with an online guide or proctor. They walk you through that entire process, and then following that, within 15 minutes, you get your negative COVID test certification. It seems like a pretty good option to meet the requirement. Carnival Cruise Line requires that within 2 days of your sailing that you have a test that you take and you receive certified negative results. So that's a pretty tight timeline. So this is a great option to do that. Another way would be to pay an expedited cost with another provider that does the test. So both of those have their potential drawbacks, and we cover those in our video. So again, those are linked below. But anyway, it seems like a really good option. Number four, it has been reported that a passenger has died who contracted COVID-19 while sailing on the MSC Virtuosa. So this is super sad news. Our hearts and our prayers go out for the family that has been impacted by this. This is super tragic. Information on this has been really hard to come by. The MSC Virtuosa has been sailing out of Europe, and there's just not a lot of information that's flowing out there about what's happened with this ship. We did find some articles about it stating frustration with MSC concerning how they have not been releasing the number of passengers that have contracted COVID-19 while on board that cruise. That same article went on to state that they went to the MSC Virtuosa Facebook groups and they went through just to find out, what's going on, and they counted more than 6 dozen passengers who said that they tested positive following this sailing as well. So, hey, really rough stuff. So hopefully everything goes well with the others that are on board that ship. Okay, so time's getting late today, so I'm going to post this, but we have tons more information coming. So be sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it, and we'll catch you in the next video.